Welcome, guys. Welcome. So, I'm totally like freestyling it right now. I didn't know how else to come to this video but just to be real and freestyle. I don't know if I'm gonna pull tarot. I don't know if I'm gonna talk and tell a story. I literally just about to go on the flow and tap into my intuition. There's so many stories and things that I would like to discuss. And it's hard to call this channel the New Moon Teacher channel because there's other topics that I want to talk about. So I might end up just changing the whole channel name because I do want to teach about the new moon topics. But there's like stuff that happens every single day in the world that I feel like my commentary would be like so awesome. So I will be just commenting about stuff that happens. Okay. So I'm just like all around, like I have a lot of spirituality and I'm also very realistic. I also catch up on like celebrity news if it's really important, if it's affecting our culture. For instance, King Yee, I'm gonna call him King Yee. I'm so excited that this man is stepping out and he's talking about the lyrics and things that they're putting in the music. And the lyrics for our community, it totally sucks because I can listen to pop culture, I can listen to country, I can listen to Indian, Native American, I can listen to a lot of different cultures' music. And I haven't really heard any other race of people dogmatically create music to belittle that woman of the race. And I feel like we do that so much in the hip hop culture. And not only that, like we're like the creative, like melanated people have such an impact on music. So a lot of people enjoy our lyrics too. So hip hop, for us to create that type of music, and then out of all the genres of music, a lot of different races listen to hip hop. You know, country, classical, pop, you know, kind of, well, I'll say leave pop out, but like country and the other ones, and salsa and things of that nature. Certain communities, certain races of people, majority-wise, listen to that, but I feel like hip-hop, it's like versatile. So we're kind of like, not only are we belittling our women, we are okaying it for other people to join in into our music that they love hip hop, they love rap, and then they're unfortunately caught up in the raft of these lyrics. Okay, and God forbid, you know, I've done research way back when XX Ministries used to do covers on songs and beats, and they actually showed video. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. This was a long time ago when YouTube first came out. They were showed some footage of the Beatles actually in Haiti, and they were putting voodoo in their beats. Now, okay, I don't know if it was demonic, because if you know about the Haitian Revolution and you know stories about his name is Saint John? You guys, oh my gosh, I'm so bad with names on the spot. Let me think if I can think of this. See if I can think of his name. Oh my gosh. Is it Saint John Paul? um, Toussaint, that's his name, Toussaint. He led the Haitian Revolution War with voodoo. You know, voodoo, Haiti was the only place that did not get colonized by the Europeans. That, well, I'm pretty sure they kind of got colonized, but they did not win the war. When the Europeans came to Haiti, they could not defeat the Haitians, okay? It's a known fact. So, I don't know when the Beatles came there, because, you know, the narrative was that the Beatles came and they went to Haiti to put this voodoo into their music to kind of like hypnotize people. And after that, other rap artists sampled this music, so these beats are supposed to be demonic. I don't know offhand the specific songs. I mean, so much stuff has been sampled and recycled, so if there was a set of beats that did have bad demonic spirits on it, it could be contaminating our airwaves to this day. That's something to look into. It'll be very hard to do research, but I'm sure someone's doing the research and knows about it, but that's not not gonna dig that far into that at that particular part of the beats. I do know that lower tones, lower vibes, they are demonic. And I do understand the symbology in the Bible where it talks about Satan being kicked out of heaven because, and you know, they were talking about Satan's position, and Satan was a choir director. You know, he was over the music. You know what I mean? So this is the narrative that we have of the devil himself gets kicked out because he was a choir director, and he obviously had some bad energy, okay, to make a long story short. And he gets kicked out of heaven, and the earth is all his. And then God puts his people on the earth, and to be, you know, to survive, to show, to make a point, I would say. That's the way I look at it anyway. To make a point how real God is, okay? But I said all that to say there's so much symbology in Satan being the person over music, and for that to be a tool being used today, it's like, it's horrifying, okay? It's horrific, because I do see it play out in the hip-hop culture when it comes to the lyrics that they're speaking about. Yes, we are talking about killing each other. Yes, we are talking about cheating, sleeping with this person and that person's wife. We're talking about broken up families, keeping the black communities separate, or the families separated inside of the black community, okay? And it's such of a Willie Lynch syndrome type of thing. And then that music is really everywhere, but there's so many different artists now that are putting out better music, but they're not getting they're definitely not on radio. Sirius XM gives them one station that's barely working. Pandora, you gotta kind of find it a little bit. Pandora's much better, but they don't have a platform for positive music, and there is a lot of it actually. I've been listening to some great artists, and I'm gonna leave in my bio for this video. I will leave all this beautiful music that I've been listening to that has really been healing me, really have been uplifting me, and I've really taken a break off of what the radio's playing. If I can't avoid it, sometimes I can't avoid it, so I just listen to it, but I try to control what I'm letting my ears hear, and I control what the hell I'm watching, period. So The message, I got all that, I said all that to say, I respect Kanye West because Kanye West is one of the first artists that I've heard since Tupac, I think, being so direct. I don't even know if Tupac was, he was very direct, but I don't know if he was, if the information was accessible and he could describe it the way that Kanye West is describing it. So I want to say that Kanye West's approach is way more direct because of the technology and the influence that he has. And I don't know if Tupac had, you know, hip hop was at a different age at that time. But anyway, I'm comparing Kanye West to Tupac. And I want to talk about a couple things. I've seen people discussing Kanye West, and they're saying, well, he contributed bad lyrics. How is he? A lot of people are mad at him for speaking out and think that he has a hidden agenda. And I don't see no way, in no shape or form, that he could have a hidden agenda, because all he had to do is keep his mouth closed and all those checks and stuff will still be there. I think Kanye West is a man of confidence, sort of like Donald Trump. Donald Trump got broke down to nothing, came back and got rich again. And I think the same difference with Kanye West. I think it's a certain confidence. I think when it's in you, and no one can take that away from you. So he's really not concerned about the money. He is definitely concerned about contributing to the problem, okay? And his lyrics recently, if you listen to that the Donda album, the last album he put out, I loved it because it was Kanye West, but the lyrics, he was putting affirmations in those songs, okay? If you listen to his songs and you repeat those lyrics, if you just listen to that one album and you repeat those lyrics for 30 days straight, your whole life will change. Because with music, it's like the scripture in the Bible. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Okay, and that's so true. You create your own reality by what you speak. Okay, whatever you're speaking out is coming back to you. There's so many different scriptures that I could throw out there. I'm not going to do that right now. But it's so true when they say it's life or death, because you create with your tongue. Even the Bible, it said, let there be light, and then there was light. He had to speak it, and then it came. So if you're listening to lyrics, and listen to the songs, that they got nice beats, but the lyrics, they're saying different things, different themes. You're going to watch those things play out in your life if you're not careful about the lyrics that you're listening to. So I'm very careful about the lyrics I listen to. Like I said, sometimes it's unavoidable. So even for me, I will change the lyrics up that they say. If there's a song and I'm liking it, I will just say something different and just like freestyle a little bit. Y'all have to catch me. I'm going to put out an album one day about positive music. But I think that I know that it's the lyrics creating your reality. So if you're listening to a lot of music and it's like talking about, oh, this man cheated, and you're singing these Summer Walker songs, you're singing, not all her songs, but there's some songs that, you know, they don't display self-love, and they display a lot of hurt, and they display, or some of the things that they say, you know, like, she has one that says, I guess I'm unfaithful, I guess I'm unloyal. And I'm not saying there's nothing, I'm not pointing out her or the lyrics. I'm saying that if you're at a time in your life where those lyrics, that you're trying to be loyal and you're singing the song that you're not loyal, then how do you think that's going to play out? So I think I'm not trying to justify it, say it's okay, or disagree with it. I'm neutral with it. It's really based on the person and what they're allowing in their life and what they need in their life. And if they're if they're not careful what the music that they're listening to is what is projecting to their subconscious mind, then they will find themselves, in situations where every song on their playlist, it is happening in real life because they're constantly singing this song. So one of the biggest ways to program is through music. I definitely think that the symbology in the Bible with the devil being a part of, he was being the choir director, he was over the music, and how coincidental, this is one of the key things that is being programmed, that they use to program us on planet Earth. Especially in America, and is in the hip hop community too, is with the music. And you gotta think about America, you gotta think about the foundation that America was setting. The images, everything, every story that is told is a retold story, with a white face on it, with a different face, okay? So if you think about the beginning of America and how it started, and then we've never received any truth at all whatsoever, then you got to think about how significant the influence of our music is. You understand? Because if they never told us the truth and they gave us this music to listen to, do you think that it's going to be good for you, or do you think that's going to be bad for you? These are the same people who formed a whole country off of stealing land. And I'm not like, I'm not pointing the finger. Like, I'm so neutral. I'm not judging. I'm just stating facts. I don't know what happened when they got here to America, what made them want to steal, why they were so bloodthirsty, Could it have been genetic annihilation? There's so many scenarios, on why they did what they did. And I'm not pointing the finger at the powers that be that did all this. But I am definitely questioning my history and my truth. Because if I left it up to them to tell me who I am, I would think that it's very biased because of their history on what they did to even start this country. And when you think of that part, if you don't leave that part out, and then you kind of like, you couldn't like play the game of America. You could kind of like know, okay, well, this is America. This is what they did to survive. This is the cards that I'm dealt with. And how do I thrive with these cards that I've been dealt with? Okay, this is real. This is game. This is like they say, it's not chess, or it's not checkers, it's chess. And it's serious. Like, who's protecting you? Like I'm not gonna even say that. I was gonna say who's protecting the queen, who's protecting the king. But as you know, when you're playing chess, you kind of have to like build an army up. Like, you let the one little knight go or whatever, the little, I don't know what the first pieces are called. Pawns. First is the pawns, and it's the knights, then it's the I think it's the court pieces, and then it's the king and the queen. And it's just like, if you're the queen in America or the king in America, what is protecting you? What are you building? How are you moving to win this game? Because it is a game. And I think that we have to start understanding that and looking at it from that standpoint. Again, though, this conversation all stemmed from Kanye West speaking out. I got to talk about why I know this brother is doing this not for clout. He doesn't need clout. He already had money. He could have just kept his mouth shut and kept collecting, you know what I mean? So I definitely think that enough is enough. I think that our ancestors came and they survived and they conquered for us to come get this far and then drop the ball and let them control us. Not through chains, because forget the chains, we don't need to physically lock you up. We can program you to where your mind is locked up. You understand? To where your belief system is locked up. That's worse than the chains. That's worse than the chains, okay? And the biggest way they're programming us is through the music. It's so evident. So I'm gonna drop those songs down below, or these artists down below, and maybe some songs. And I want to give you guys a view of how music can, how these lyrics can change your life, and then everything else you already know what it does. It can destroy your life if you're listening to that type of music. And I think that it's time that we held people accountable. Where is the accountability? How can we allow so many artists come and just degrade our women, and we just continue to play it and continue to participate and continue to like it? How many times do we let other races come in our music and degrade us even more? And we continue to say, oh, I want to go to this person's concert, that person's concert, and they are literally tearing our community down based off of what they're saying in their music, what they're showing children to be. Why don't we stop supporting these people? Why don't we say, hey, I'm tired of being programmed, enough is enough. If you can't write lyrics that is going to uplift our community, or, even a storyteller is fine. It's a difference between Jay-Z and, what's the guy, 6ix9ine, with the pink hair. I think his name is 6ix9ine. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He had, the boy who went to jail, he got out of jail. Tekashi 6ix9ine. There's a difference, okay? Jay-Z, maybe he may have had some lyrics that degraded, but for the most part, he was telling a story. He's a storyteller with his lyrics. Tekashi 6ix9ine is verbatimly disrespecting women, talking about killing, talking about all this hateful stuff, just outright, and it's repetitive. It's repetitive. And he has so much I don't know about now, but he had so much of our youth's attention, so much of our people's attention. Playing his music while he's degrading us, okay? So why aren't we holding these people accountable? Why? People need to start being held accountable, especially, I don't desire to listen to any black persons, or any race for that matter. I say black persons because I hear more from us. I don't desire to listen to anyone's music that they didn't care about the lyrics that they put out, and they only cared about the check that they were going to get. It's so many people so ready to get a bag. They're killing, they will sacrifice somebody, they will put all this negative lyrics out, they're so money hungry, they will degrade, they will just they will lower the vibrations in their music just to get paid. It's like, dude, you don't have any more talent than that? Or sis, you don't got no more talent than that? That's all you can talk about? That's all you can rap about? That's the only music that you're gonna put out? It's like, when do we hold these people accountable and say, hey, look, if you don't come with some better bars than that, some higher vibration music than this, some better lyrics than this, we're not gonna support you no more. We're tired of you getting paid while you degrade us. And what's the shame about it is, these artists, they think that they're getting paid, right? And they're getting rich, right? And they got mills, they got M's, and they doing this thing. But they forgot about when they die, they made a living off of all this pollution to our community. And when they die, they think that they're leaving a legacy for their generations. Oh no, you just added more to a generational curse for your lineage. And every generation after you is going to have to pay for what you put out there. Because what you're putting out there is going to consume them. They're going to hear this stuff. It's going to be, you're digging a deeper hole for your generation. You're not getting them out of financial debt. They're going to be so corrupt. Their money might even reach that low to the pollution and to where they are going to be at mentally, where you're putting us at mentally. We're taking steps back. We're not getting forward. So people are so quick to, oh yeah, I'm about to get paid. I'm about to get this. I'll sell out. I'll rap about this. I don't care. I'll do this. I'll do that. Whatever sells, sex sells. I'll wear this. I'll say this. I'll do that. Y'all, they're so thirsty for a bag. But ain't none of them thinking about their children that come after that, how the effects that it has on the community. No sense of integrity, no sense of pride in the ancestors for bringing us this far. Nobody's perfect, and I understand that people want to live their truth. There's one thing with living your truth, but it's another thing when you're pushing a hidden agenda, and it's like you don't even think it's a hidden agenda because you're so comfortable, you're so numb to the fact that this stuff is a pollution, it's crap. So I want to hold people accountable. I just really feel like we need to start holding people accountable and say, like, look, brother, I like you as an artist. I respect your art, but if you're not gonna make music, or you do this music, do it to the community who wants to hear it. But if you're going to bring this out to the forefront and say, this is what I'm representing, and this is what I'm going to push out, and I don't care if it's talking about this, that, and the third, I'm pushing this out. You're a sellout. We need to hold you accountable. We don't need that anymore. We don't. And I love the fact that Kanye West is speaking on it. But he's directing his anger towards the people that are getting rich from pushing this music out, and that's fine. They need to be held accountable. But for the most part, the artist that is creating this music, those are the main ones that need to be held accountable. And that's where I ran on that. And I'm going to drop another video. Let me stop this one, and we'll talk about some other stuff.